Nice to be back, Laurie.
Oh, it's great to be back. I love my time in Ireland. Wonderful people, great rugby tradition. So it's always a great place to return to.
It is a while ago now in Munster, but what did you like particularly about that time?
Well, I know at Munster they had some great players at the time, so I learned a lot off my time here. We virtually just about the full Irish team at that time, so it was a great learning experience from guys like Paul and Donica and Ronan and all those guys. But I had my family here, and we just really enjoyed the hospitality of the people who lived out in Ballincollig, and they couldn't have done more for us to make us feel welcome.
Have you stayed in touch with people like Paul? Obviously he's on the
I stayed in touch with a lot of people. So a lot of family, friends, and a lot of rugby friends, yeah.
Not surprised to see Paul going the way he's gone?
Oh no, he's a class act, so yeah.
He actually gave you a plug today, and I was out of Ireland, and he said that you'd really helped him at the start of his coaching career, and you'd done a lot of Zoom sessions with him.
Yeah.
What were some of the things you passed on? Because he's obviously taken it and ran.
Oh, we just a lot of talk about maul attack, maul defence, breakdown. So yeah, we had pretty regular conversations, which I learned as much as I gave. So it's always good conversations.
And you've kept in touch with Paul still? Like you'd be good mates still?
Yeah. Yeah. Probably not so much. Probably not post World Cup, but prior to World Cup, we had some conversations. Yeah.
I know it's not your focus or concern, but you talked about earlier about Munster providing so many of the Irish team before, and it's kind of flipped now. It's Leinster.
Yeah.
Are you surprised by that? Like?
Oh no! Look, they were in my time. They were really coming to the fore. I think when Czech took them to the Heineken Cup against. I think they beat us in the semi-final at Croke Park in 09, and they were just onwards and upwards from there. And obviously Joe had great success with them. So amazingly strong rugby province.
Never forgive Joe for that.
Oh,
that's the turning point really between Leinster taking over.
Yeah, I just know that I won more games against Leinster than I lost, so I'll just rest. I'll rest on that.
What's it like, Joe, bringing you into this now?
It's been really good. I've known Joe for a long time, but never coached with him previously, and he really is a great guy to work with. He's got a insane amount of knowledge about all aspects of the game. He's got a great manner with his staff and with the players, and he's got a great eye for detail on the pitch, and that's something that we're all chasing to be better at. And he sees things. He sees things in the moment, which is what makes him a better coach than most. So you don't waste time going back and reviewing and seeing that you did stuff that you shouldn't have been doing. His eye for detail and his ability to coach in the moment is second to none.
And does he challenge you to be a better coach then within your own right as well?
Well, I think you just feel as though you have to be. I mean, it's not so much that he challenges you, like he's throwing ideas out, but you just know that you've got to give your best. Yeah.
Laurie, obviously Joe, he did an interview with Pedro. He said he's going to make a decision in December, just where his future is. He's done a wonderful job with this team. How keen would you be to have a guy like that staying in Australian rugby beyond the lines?
Well, I think it'd be great for Australian rugby. He's a class act, and he's making a huge difference. But he's got other things, and he'll make decisions around whatever happening in his life. So whichever way he goes, I'd wish him all the best. But he's in the short period he's been here, I think he's made an enormous change for the better.
We obviously have seen the growth and the wins. What are some of the things as a coach you've identified that Joe's really made a difference, just as a guy who's been involved with Australian rugby for a long time, seen the good times, the bad times?
Yeah, well, like all coaches, he's got a real focus on the fundamentals of the game, on doing the simple thing well. But what he does better than most is he coaches that and he sees that, and he doesn't let it drop off. So the things that prop your game up, the bedrock of your game, he hammers away at that, and I think he's got. He also understands opposition strengths and weaknesses and where he can attack. But I like the fact that we're not reinventing the wheel each week. It's really is about us and how we play and fine tuning our game and getting better at our skill sets and our understanding. And I think that's what the players enjoy. Is it's not incredibly complex, but it's challenging. It's challenging to your skill set, and I think that's what players like because they know what they're supposed to do. They just have to get out there and get better at doing it.
Laurie, just going back to Scotland, obviously you'd be disappointed with the missed tackles, hands 34, and I think 14 penalties conceded. Can you just explain from your perspective what went wrong there for the Wallabies?
Like we tackled at 86% in the first half, which is, it's a pretty solid day out, and we definitely fell off in the second half. And a little bit about that is, I think it wasn't a big ball in play game, but I think we had a couple of long passages to do. But they came from all over. We missed on edge. We had some poor tracking. We didn't hustle high through the midfield and let guys step us back on the inside. We inexplicably let some guys go, like Darcy Graham on the halfway line, that results in a try. So it was one of those days where we just weren't smooth and connected in what we're doing, and then we had guys jumping out of the line, trying to make a difference, and then that just creates opportunities either side of them. So we just lost a little bit of our composure. The penalties, sometimes they can go each way. I thought Carlo Tizzano had a real presence on the ball during the game. He got rewarded once. 3 other times he didn't get rewarded, and on another day he may have. So, but we just encourage him to keep doing what he's doing, because I thought he was almost exceptional on the day, but he wasn't quite allowed to be. So we move on from there. We didn't play well enough. We didn't execute our attackers smoothly. They defended exceptionally well, shut us down, and so I think you've got to give credit to the Scots in how they played.
What are the key challenges that Ireland will pose with their attack?
Well, they're a very mature side, so they've got a range of options. So, I mean, the basis of their game statistically looks at their capacity to score from line out and their capacity to score once they get into the A zone. So they're very good in those areas of the field. Of some of the recent games, they had some really long passages where they were able to hold the ball against Argentina. Had 18 phases, 20 phases. So they're a good keep ball side. They run. They've got great understanding of each other, where they're turning up on inside, outside lines. A really good balance in their game. A really good halfback who threatens all over the park, and just all round good players. Excellent work rate. So there's no real weaknesses, and you don't. You're not one of the top sides in the world for the last 8 years if you've got too many weaknesses. So, our challenge will be just to turn up, put them under pressure, try and bang the door down for as long as we can, and see where we end up.
How's Owen Julian doing with the coaches?
I hadn't met Owen prior to us getting together in the middle of the year, and he's got a really good appreciation of the game. He's obviously got a great relationship with Joe, having worked for him in Ireland, and I think that certainly is good for Joe, that he has somebody who he has a close affinity with, that he knows, they understand each other. So he's got a great in-depth knowledge of the game, and again he's a good guy, which is important when you spend a lot of time together.
Laurie, please.
So Laurie, just obviously it's both coming towards the end of your time in Munster. Obviously Conor Murray and Peter Mackney were starting to push through. Did you kind of get a sense then that they're going to go on to have the careers that they have had? Perhaps not about longevity, but you always knew that barring injury they were going to play for Ireland. The fact that they're still doing it 13 or 14 years later is pretty remarkable for both of those gentlemen. They've had wonderful careers, but very different players. But and I followed them closely and enjoyed what they've contributed to Irish rugby and world rugby. So it's really been remarkable from both those players. And I suppose I'm sure you've been keeping an eye on Conor McHanson, the way he's kind of been done since he came over from Australia. Obviously.
I've stayed in touch a couple of times with Mac, and he was at the Brumbies with us, and we would have loved to have kept him, but
he had got opportunity over here, and yeah, he's shown what capacity he's had, and I think he just had the freedom to play and be himself over here, and maybe felt it was a bit more of a straitjacket on at home, and because he's a free spirit, wonderfully talented player, and given the right environment, he's shown what he's capable of producing.
Do you think though he's one that
Last
got
couple
away
of
though?
points.
Definitely one that got away, yeah. But as I say, we made a good offer to Mac, but at the Brumbies, but there was no guarantee if you'd start here or play there. It was we invested a lot of time in Mac that over as an 18-year-old coming in through the academy system and to developing him to have the capacity then to come out and perform for Connacht and then Ireland. So disappointing to lose him, but again, you've just got to smile when you see people succeed in whatever environment on the world stage. Like it's wonderfully rewarding to see a kid that spent 4 years in our system come and excel where he's excelling.
Still keep in touch with him?
Oh, not on a regular basis. He might send me a note when he's had one Guinness too many, but that's sort of a little message or something, or a picture. So yeah.
What about Finlay Bealham? Do you remember him from coming through in the Canberra setup as well?
Yeah,
He's obviously going to be playing a big role on Saturday.
I was at Gloucester when Finlay was in Canberra, so I didn't have anything to do with him, and I wasn't aware he was from our area till he was back over here. But again, he's forging a nice path, isn't he? Like he's looking more and more comfortable at international levels. So it's it can be errands everywhere.
The feedback I'm getting from the squad is the environment Joe's created. It's obviously detailed, it's all the things you expect. It's also a very happy squad where the players are really enjoying expressing themselves. Can you just take us into that atmosphere that you've created as coaches where the players are relaxed and able to be themselves?
Yeah, well, I know Joe from day one said that he sought permission to be 100% honest with the group about what they did well or what they're not doing well, or those sort of things, and because they say, well, players always say, give me the truth, give me both barrels. But they don't necessarily mean it, I don't think. It's just something you say. But we've got a genuinely good group of players, and Joe is honest with them about what we're doing well, what we're not doing well, and as a player and as a coach, you're looking for growth. Like the wins are nice, but where we started off, we want to just grow our game. And part of growing a game is you've got to turn up 7 days a week, and you've got to enjoy what you're doing. So it can't be a chore. It's got to be challenging, but it's not a chore. And Joe and all the staff have created an environment that is challenging. We are getting better, and we've had a couple of wins come our way. So all those things help the environment. And when you've just got a deep-seated, rugby's great like that. Like I don't know, I haven't been in a rugby environment where they weren't great people, and we're no different to anywhere else.
Last one, please, Ross.
And how worried should Ireland be about Joe's inside knowledge, and especially looking back to the New Zealand quarter-final and what he did in New Zealand that time? Yeah,
look, Joe's got an intimate knowledge of Irish rugby over the past decade, but in the end, it's the guys on the field that are going to determine the result, and what we need to do is to really concern ourselves with our game. If we spend time, I don't know what they're going to play. I don't know what their launches are going to be. I understand how they play their game, but we've got to do our stuff well. And if we do our stuff to the absolute best of our ability, we'll be competitive. And if it comes down to the bounce of a ball or a moment of incredible execution, we hope with 5 minutes to go that we're in the hunt for that to happen.